Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, and I'm coming to you with another historical battle here, and this one is going to be of a battle in the Second Punic War. And what is going on down here? Why are you doing this? Why have you hit your shield into this man? I don't know what's happening there, but yes, this is going to be a scenario battle from the Second Punic War, when the Romans had their greatest defeat ever at that point, and I think it still is one of the biggest defeats the Romans have had at the hands of an enemy force. It is the Battle of Cannae, and this is the decisive battle that Hannibal fought against the Romans, where he managed to encircle them using his troops and pretty comprehensively destroy the Roman force. And so that's what I've got here. I've got the Romans obviously getting encircled, and then we've got all of the Carthaginian troops around. So for this scenario specifically, I have made a brand new faction. Let me just check. Turn that down a bit. There you go. So yeah, for this battle specifically, I have made a brand new faction, the Carthaginian faction, which as it is Carthage, it just has a whole load of mercenaries as part of the main Carthaginian force. The Romans, of course, we've seen multiple times in a video now, so yeah, not going to spend too much time on them. Because this is the Republic era, I have just got a whole load of Triarii, the spear infantry. I could have some legionaries in as Hastati, the sword infantry, but I instead decided to go with spear infantry, the Triarii, the heavy Roman infantry. And each of these centre rows have got a centurion, so there's one there, one in mid, and one to the other side. And then the rest of these guys, there's a centurion right there, and there's another centurion right there commanding the Triarii on the flank. So that's five total. That's five total centurions on the field. We also have back here a reserve group of Triarii who have got a signifier with them, and the signifier is just there being the Roman standard. So if you're wondering why I haven't decided to put a signifier with the Romans here, it's because at this point the Romans were already engaged in combat. All of the other times that I've done a scenario with the Romans, they have been on the defensive or they've been holding the line. In this case, the Romans were already fighting the Carthaginians, so I've decided to just let the two forces fall into each other, because that's how it was as the encirclement was happening. So, as the Romans. Carthaginians, however, well, the main front of it here is the Carthaginian army, the main Carthaginian soldiers. These are my attempt at making, yeah, just Carthaginian troops. So, these are all spearmen, Carthaginian spearmen. They have got their sort of bronzish helmet. They've got some chainmail armor, is what this is supposed to be. They've got a shield and a spear. I really wish there was like an oval type shield that wasn't the centurion shield, because that would be very useful for a lot of my units. I'd love to have an oval shield, but we don't have one. Instead, I'm making do, or indeed just a full large circle shield instead of this hot plate shield, which has got the cutout. Either way, that's a very tiny Carthaginian there. Look at him. Yeah. Either way, the main Carthaginian force at the front here is formed up of just spear infantry. Behind them they have got some mercenary... No, these aren't mercenaries this time. These are just Carthaginian spear throwers. So they've got a small light shield. They've got no armor. They've just got a you know, basic clothes on and some boots. Behind them we have got Carthaginian Sacred Band infantry. This is their elite infantry. The Spartans in my other faction, my other faction, the Classical Units pack, have got Spartans as one of their two elite units. The Romans have of course got Praetorians. The Carthaginians have got Sacred Band, elite Carthaginian, probably nobles here. So these guys are going to be coming in, dealing the final blow to the Triarii. And then Hannibal is at the back here. I've once again decided to just use the Celtic chieftain, because I don't have anyone else, but there we go. On the flanks we have got a bunch of mercenaries, because the mercenary African units were on the flanks, I do believe. So we have got mercenary Numidian spearmen on this side, closest to the Carthaginian infantry. So these guys are just using they're actually using the Jouster spears, shields, because I thought they were the best fit. They've got bronze armor on, they don't have as much health as the main Carthaginian force, but yeah, they've got spears and they've got shields, so they're going to be doing some work. And then we've also got some mercenary Libyan swordsmen who have just got these small circular stiffy shields from the Skeletons faction, and they've also got short swords instead of gladiuses. But yeah, they've got the same health as the mercenary spearmen, which is 90 health because well, they're mercenaries. Yes, we got them. And then at the back right here we have got some mercenary Libyan archers, so they're also going to be putting in some work on the Triari and hopefully shooting some of them in the back to get past their shields. And it's been done on the same on the other flank. So there we go. That is what I've set up for the Battle of Cannae. So without further ado, the Roman force is outnumbered. Here you go, 114 to 210, which should give the Carthaginians the edge they need, especially with these lower health mercenary units on the flanks. This should give the Carthaginians time to actually properly encircle the Romans and just hit them from all angles and get their sacred band and get the missiles in, and really take it to the Romans, because they are nearly double the cost and double the troops. So there we go, let's have a go at it. So in they go, although once again slow-mo not working. So there we go, slow-mo's decided to work this time, and the two sides are going at each other. Here we go. Instantly the Roman line has collapsed because there shouldn't have been a line to begin with, so of course in they go. The Carthaginian infantry, whilst slightly less superior to the Romans are badly outnumbered, as you can see. The Triari doing a fine job there blocking the first round of archers. However, once the mercenaries actually start getting stuck into them, they're really not going to have too much luck. The Carthaginian spear throwers have done something, I think. A couple of these guys are probably down to these spears being thrown as they get in and amongst the Carthaginian troops. The Sacred Band infantry are starting to come in along with Hannibal himself. In he goes, going for the charge, absolutely misses any sort of Triari there. Over here, the battle is not quite so even. On the flanks, there's quite a few Romans already down here, but you can see that there are also some mercenaries down as well. I doubt the archers are actually going to be much use to the Carthaginians here, but that's a lot of dead Romans already under that pile. Over here, battle still going on. The Sacred Band is finally starting to get involved. Here's several of them already involved with a Triari, who is doing his best to try and stave them off, but well, there's just quite a lot of Carthaginians, aren't there? Over here, yeah, Triari getting overwhelmed by those African mercenary units. Around the standard, Triari onlooking. I don't think they're really going to be able to do much here if they were to get involved. The spearmen at the back here, the spear throwers, the light skirmishers, they are sort of onlooking and throwing things where they can. Oh, Triari there engaged with two regular, or was engaged with two regular Carthaginian troops, but yeah, he instantly got destroyed there. Over here, the battle for the centre is obviously collapsing, definitely not in favour of the Romans. They're really being taken out here. The Sacred Band probably didn't need to do much. On this side though, bit of a different story. A lot of the mercenaries have been taken out by the superior Roman troops, but there were pretty much double, probably even more mercenaries to the Romans, so of course the Romans were always going to lose out in that fight. Over here, I think the Carthaginians have finished with the centre line. Yes, they have. It's now down to the Triari. Yeah, down to the Triari around the standard, but in goes the load of them. Yeah, mercenaries and a couple of regular Carthaginian troops going straight in there, bundling in. Oh, in goes. Oh, In goes a spear from the Carthaginian side. I think he actually killed one of his own men there. In here, Hannibal and all of his troops are, charging forwards to take out the thin line of Triarii. The signifier is down. On this side, the mercenaries have finished up with the final Triarii, who are stuck over this side. None of the archers have died either, so that if that Triarii was trying to go for it, he didn't succeed. The force is kind of split in two now, which is not the best of ideas for them, but I don't think either side is going to survive either of their battles. Right here we have got a Sacred Band. Yeah, Sacred Band from his shield. I decided to go with a different shield type for the Sacred Band infantry as opposed to the regular Carthaginian infantry. And yeah, this Triarii, he's doing his best to block the arrows and take it to these mercenaries, but down he goes to a mercenary, hits into his friend as well. Not good. Really not going well for the Romans here, as was expected. We'll just have to see what the casualties are like afterwards. I think on this side the last Triarii is about to go down. There he is, grappling with a regular Carthaginian infantry. Yeah, that's not Sacred Band. That is in fact just a regular Carthaginian spearman. Over here, the mercenaries finally caught up to the fight here. Spear, thrown spear, went in, hit the shield of the Triarii, but he is being swarmed, and there he goes. That was his final moments. Over here, signifier, of course, long gone. Triarii manages to avenge one of his comrades, at least manages to take down one of the Carthaginian spearmen there, but yeah, in comes a mercenary. He's got a Sacred Band looking at him here, as the final Triarii has gone down on that side. I think it's just this guy left, maybe not, because he's just died and there's someone else left up. There he is, this man here. One of the mercenaries just got killed by their own mercenary archer, but yeah, just wasn't enough. It was not enough, and down goes the final Triarii, held at spear and sword point as well. So yeah, there we go. That's not gone well at all for the Romans, of course. Crushing defeat, although maybe not quite as crushing as it was in real life, because there's quite a lot of dead mercenaries here. I'm seeing a lot of Numidian shields on the ground, so there's a large amount of Numidian spearmen down on this flank. In the middle, though, yeah, that's a lot of dead Romans too, not too many Carthaginians. Yeah, they really did not fare well when they're not when the Romans are not in their proper fighting positions and they're being overwhelmed by relatively on par infantry. Although, as you can see here, against mercenaries they did well enough. There's quite a few there's actually quite a few swordsmen down here. Quite a few Libyan swordsmen are actually dead on this side, as opposed to Numidian spearmen. However, coming along here, yeah, just mercenary after mercenary. Here's one of the Sacred Band. I made the Sacred Band taller as well, as opposed to the regular Carthaginian. And yeah, Roman is very much dead. As for the rest of it, Sacred Band there, I don't think any of the did any of the Sacred Band get killed? Possibly like one or two. Yeah, there's one there. Is that one actually? No, that's not one. That's a mercenary. Let me try and see if there's any Sacred Band dead, because I can't see any Sacred Band uniforms down there. As you can see, here they are. They've got their different coloured chest piece there. There's some Carthaginian. There's quite a few Carthaginian spearmen actually down there. One of the spearmen actually died at some point. He got too close to the main fighting front. There's a Sacred Band there. Obviously his spear got caught, but he's not dead. Over here, Carthaginian spearmen, and we're once again back to the mercenaries. So yeah, I don't think a Sacred Band actually died. Yeah, that's another mercenary, along with the Triarii. Yeah, just mercenaries coming from this flank, and here at the other holdout, that's a dead mercenary. That is an alive sacred band. Yeah, I don't think the Triarii managed to take out a single sacred band infantry. They didn't manage to take down a single elite unit of Hannibal's army, and of course Hannibal himself is up here somewhere. I find it very hard to believe that if they didn't take down a single one of them, then Hannibal would be dead. Or is he? Is that Hannibal? Is Hannibal actually dead? Oh, Hannibal, you fail me. He's actually dead. You can see the crosses in his eyes. He actually died somehow. He must have died to one of his own spearmen, because there's no way a Triarii would have been able to do that. I mean, if there is, then that Triarii should be beatified in his death, because taking down Hannibal like that, that's a crushing blow to the Carthaginians. But yeah, that's the battlefield at the end. So yeah, the Roman lines really did not stand up to it. I'm going to try once more. I'm going to give the Romans some more spearmen, I think. Going to give them some more Triarii behind this line, so they're going to be more back here. Possibly give them a legate. Might possibly give them a legate and some praetorians as well, just back here. See if that can't help even the odds. Of course, because we're on the circle line type. Let me change the line type then. Okay, so here's what I've done for the Romans. That man is going to die, I can tell you that right off the bat, but it's not the point. What I've done here is I have extended the Roman line so that they are actually extended to the end of the mercenary line over here, so that's a whole load more Triarii on both sides. I have given them a legate plus 9 praetorians plus the legate, so that should be enough to match the sacred band. Plus I have given them some velites as missile infantry, so they can at least try and get off some sort of constant volley of missiles into the Carthaginians. As little as that will probably last them in this battle, it might do something. So they're not quite as outnumbered as before. They're actually near enough the same on cost, but they are still, yeah, about 40 or so troops behind the Carthaginians. So this is more equal now, but I still don't know if the Romans can change history with this today. So let's have a look and see just how it goes. So in they go. The Roman line, of course, is going to crush with the Carthaginian line off the bat. Yeah, in they all go. I think that was 2 of them just got cut down right off the bat there, 2 Romans. In goes some Carthaginian spears. Going in, the Romans deflecting some of them, at least. In they go. The velites obviously going to have to try and survive against some of these guys. The mercenaries might be a problem for them though. After all, the velites are just light skirmishers. Hopefully though, that guy just got stabbed and we saw that happen. Hopefully though, the Triarii on this side the Triarii on the flanks should have more of a chance against these mercenaries now. The Triarii are the superior infantry, and they're now, I think they were nearly equal in numbers to the mercenaries, so that should give the Romans some sort of advantage in dealing with the threats on their flanks, so that they can then push forwards and try and deal with the Carthaginian centre line, which is starting to overwhelm the Romans. Plus a Carthaginian there, as you saw, was involved in the... yeah, there he is. He's getting involved with the velites, or at least he was. No, he's still alive. He's still alive. The velites are still trying to take him down. Yeah, Roman centre line though has collapsed. The Sacred Band are starting to get involved as well, but the Carthaginian spearmen, I think, are starting to overwhelm the Triarii. However, Triarii on the flanks with the... on this flank though, they haven't fared as well. this flank has definitely collapsed. The Triarii have died, and now it's down to the skirmishers versus the mercenaries on that flank. This side, though, the Triarii seem to have it in the bag. There's definitely Triarii still up when there definitely aren't mercenaries. There's a couple of Numidian spearmen here, but they're not going to last for much longer. That guy just got whacked in the back of the head. Don't know how he's still alive. Over here, a Triarii has fallen to one of the Carthaginian spearmen, but I do believe that spearman is still up. Yeah, definitely Roman centre line has collapsed. The Carthaginian spearmen are starting to get involved now with the second line of Triarii, actually. So they've pushed through. The Velites are mostly dead, I think. There's one Velite there. That's a Triarii. But for the most part, the Velites have been killed by the Carthaginians, so hopefully they'll have done something for the Romans here. The last few Triarii in reserve are getting thrown into the fray now, as the remaining Triarii on the front line on this side with the mercenaries are starting to get killed. In goes some arrows. Luckily the Triarii managed to deflect them. Over here a mercenary makes a break for it, runs into two Triarii and is probably going to die. Oh yeah, the Praetorians are starting to get involved now as well. But here comes the remaining Carthaginian infantry. There's still a few mercenaries up, as we see that guy there trying to take out a Triarii. The Triarii manages to turn it back on him, kills one of the attackers. Very good. Yeah, Praetorians starting to get involved now. They're definitely more than a match for the mercenaries. As for the main Carthaginian infantry, though, and the Sacred Band, I'm not too sure. On this side, all four Velites on this flank are still alive. And the Triarii appear to have, they've successfully broken through their encirclement. They've taken out all of the mercenaries. It's now down to them trying to take out the archers. Is this guy dead? I think this Triarii might have died. No, those two are still aiming at him, so he's still alive. Over here, this guy, there's another Triarii coming to try and take him out. Over here, who's tangling with who? I think it was a Triarii trying to take him out. Here's Hannibal. Hannibal is still up this time. Hannibal is still alive. Triarii, you're not going to do much. Although, as we've seen from the previous battle, no, definitely, he's not going to do it this time. Hannibal, didn't die to a Triarii this time. Over here, oh, who's that? That's just a regular Praetorian dealing with a mercenary. Down he goes, but the Sacred Band infantry trying to get involved there. Praetorian managed to dodge. The other one over here didn't, though. He's down on the ground getting stamped on. Believe he's still alive. Yep, he's still clutching his sword, so he's still alive here. Infantry on the flanks. Not on the flanks. Legates getting involved, though. But Carthaginian infantry in the centre, definitely overwhelming what remains of the Roman line. Praetorian, oh, nice bash there. Kills off a Carthaginian infantryman. That was a very nice shield bash there. Oh, off goes a Numidian shield. Still a couple of Triarii left up. Over here, they're just dealing with a mercenary. Oh no, they're dealing with a Sacred Band. Two Triarii and a Praetorian should be enough to take one out. As he crushes with them, and yep, down he goes. He's just dropped his weapons, and that's him down. So, the standard bearer, of course, is dead. No big surprise there. Over here, though, Praetorian about to take out a Numidian spearman. Yep, there he goes. Lovely stab to him. Sacred Band infantry, the elite Sacred Band, trying to deal with two Praetorians, but there's three of them now against him. These are three elite Roman units versus his one, and he can't really get his spear into play, and yep, down he goes. So there's another elite down. Hannibal dueling with a Triarii. Goes for the stab. Looks like he missed, though. He does have help from, I think it was two regular, or he had help from two regular infantry, regular Carthaginian infantrymen, but yeah, the Triarii is down. As for the rest of it, there's still some Praetorians up. The legate is probably dead. I don't see him trying to get involved anywhere else, so... Oh no, there he is! There he is, the legate is still up. Dueling with a Carthaginian infantryman, and... Oh, I thought that was death for him. I thought he was down. Oh, Sacred Band coming out of nowhere though. Rising out of the earth. And deals the final blow to the legate. Legate is down. Very unfortunate there. Hannibal still up, making his way over here. A couple of rogue Triarii all the way over on this side have been dealing with the isolated Carthaginian units, namely the mercenary archers. But a few rogue Carthaginian units have gone over this way, so they've now attracted the attention of Hannibal though, so that's not good. Praetorian crushing with two Sacred Band. Doesn't manage to take out either of them in the opening below there. But even so, the odds are still stacked against him. It depends on what health these last two guys are on, because they're both still alive there. Spear thrust goes for him. Praetorian dealing with a few mercenary units back there. The archers there, I was about to call them auxiliary archers, the mercenary archers there, still alive, firing a few rogue arrows in. Praetorian here, all spear thrust goes straight into him, and yeah, that dealt with him. Yeah, a man on the ground is definitely not going to be resistant to a spear. Two Sacred Band here, trying to take out one of the few remaining Triarii. Over here as well, the two Triarii that managed to break away from the main force are being overwhelmed by Hannibal and his gang. Hannibal's got a gang now. He's got, yeah, a Sacred Band plus 4 more regular Carthaginian infantry. And down he goes. So, yeah, he died at the same time as this Triarii over here, who did not manage to take out both of his Sacred Band attackers. I don't think he managed to take out one of them. I can see eyes popping out from that guy, and I think this guy is also still alive. So the extra units definitely helped the Romans though. The Romans definitely had more of a go at it this time. There's a lot fewer Carthaginian units still up. For the most part it's Hannibal and his gang over here, and a few rogue Sacred Band and Carthaginian infantry left over here. There's still a mercenary, surprisingly. There's still a mercenary Libyan swordsman right there. Over here, two Sacred Band plus... no, they're dead. So I thought there might have been a few regular Carthaginian spearmen, but no, there isn't. There's just some Sacred Band. So that's 3 Sacred Band in this area, including this one, the 2 there, plus a mercenary swordsman. All of the archers here, of course, still alive. They retreated out of distance, which was a good idea. As for the rest of them, very few casualties in terms of spear throwers. There's barely any. I don't think there actually is any here. Hannibal survived this time though, with his, like I keep saying, his gang. These are the final remaining main Carthaginian troops though. There's no more Carthaginian spearmen left up, so this is about 4, 5 perhaps, plus another Sacred Band. So the extra units definitely help the Romans, but I think it would need to be equal numbers for the Romans to really have a chance at winning this. So yeah, unfortunately Romans did lose both times. Cannae has not been changed, unfortunately. But yeah, there you go. I'll hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.